In this training, we're going to talk about getting @mentioned, either mentioning someone else to bring them into a conversation, or what to do when you get @mentioned inside of SmartSuite. So if that's of interest, stick around and let's get into it. @mentions can happen in numerous places throughout SmartSuite. One of the most common places for an @mention is going to be inside of a conversation. So let's go ahead and drill on into this particular record here. We'll go ahead and join this conversation again. You can see that I have some example comments here already, but if I want to bring somebody into this conversation to make sure that I've collaborated with them, I can start by typing @, and then I get a drop down of all the people who have access to this particular app. So these are all folks that I can add in on this conversation, and I can reference them either individually or by referencing a team. So if I reference a team in an @mention, it's going to ping everybody on that team. This is a great way for everyone in my group to stay on topic and to continue with excellent collaboration through a record in SmartSuite. One other thing to notice is when you get @mentioned, you will receive this information up here in the notifications center. So when one of your teammates @mentions you, you can go ahead and check that notification center and you'll see all of the different notifications that you've had. By clicking on @mentioned here, you'll see all of the different times that folks have mentioned you. One other thing to note here is that @mentions don't have to exist necessarily in a conversation. For example, if I had a description field type in my app, I can @mention people in the description as well. Let's take a look at that quick example. I'll create a new app here. Doesn't matter necessarily what I call it, but when I create this new one, if I look at the fields to display, we'll see that there's a description field type by default that's created within any new app. I can add this to my view. Here is that description field type. And if I create a record here, and I go ahead and enter a title, and then come over to description, you'll notice that as I start typing here, I can also use an @mention here. So this is another place that I might bring in an @mention to help with better collaboration across teams. If you have any questions about what we covered in this training, please ask them below in the comments section of this video. And until then, we'll see you in the next training.